Understanding emotional intelligence. The secret skill for success. Level B. 2. Upper intermediate. In recent years, emotional intelligence has become one of the most important skills for personal and professional success. Many people believe that intelligence is only about logic, memory, or academic knowledge. But in reality, understanding emotions, both your own and those of others, is just as important. Emotional intelligence, often called EQ, helps people build healthy relationships, make smart decisions, and stay calm under pressure. In a world full of communication, teamwork, and constant change, EQ is not just helpful, it is essential. 1. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotions. It includes not only your own feelings, but also the feelings of the people around you. Someone with high EQ can read emotional signals, respond thoughtfully, and handle difficult situations with balance and empathy. Most experts divide emotional intelligence into several main components. Self-awareness, knowing what you feel and why you feel it. Self-regulation, being able to control emotional reactions and stay calm. Motivation, using emotions in a positive way to achieve goals. Empathy, understanding what others feel and seeing situations from their perspective. Social skills, communicating clearly, resolving conflicts, and building strong relationships. These skills work together to help people communicate better, solve problems, and navigate complex situations. 2. Why EQ matters more than you think. Many people grow up learning math, reading, science, or technology, but not how to manage emotions. As a result, they may struggle with conflict, stress, or misunderstandings. Emotional intelligence fills this gap. Here are some reasons why EQ is so important. It improves relationships. People with high EQ listen better, communicate more clearly, and understand others' needs. They are not quick to judge or assume. This strengthens friendships, family ties, and romantic relationships. It helps in the workplace. Employers today look not only for technical skills, but also for teamwork, leadership, and communication. People with high EQ collaborate better, lead more effectively, and handle pressure without breaking down. It reduces stress. Understanding your emotions helps you respond calmly rather than react impulsively. This lowers anxiety and helps you stay focused. It supports better decision-making. Emotions influence almost every decision we make. When you are aware of your feelings, you are less likely to make choices you will regret. EQ is not a soft skill. It is a powerful tool that influences nearly every part of life. 3. The science behind emotional intelligence. Though EQ may sound abstract, it is grounded in science. Researchers have discovered that emotional intelligence involves specific areas of the brain. The amygdala. This part of the brain controls emotional reactions, especially fear and stress. When the amygdala becomes overactive, people may panic or react aggressively. The prefrontal cortex. This area is responsible for reasoning, planning, and decision-making. It helps control emotional impulses. Emotional intelligence develops when the connection between these two regions becomes stronger. This means you can recognize emotional reactions but still respond rationally. Scientists also found that EQ can change over time. Unlike IQ, which is relatively stable, emotional intelligence can grow through practice, reflection, and experience. This makes EQ a skill anyone can develop. 4. Understanding your own emotions. The first step in building emotional intelligence is understanding yourself. Many people go through life without thinking deeply about their emotions. They feel stressed, angry, or sad, but they do not know why. Self-awareness means being able to identify what you are feeling, what caused that feeling, how that emotion influences your behavior. For example, imagine you are irritated when a coworker interrupts you. At first, it may seem like the interruption is the problem, but with self-awareness, you might realize the real issue is that you are tired, overwhelmed, or worried about a deadline. Self-awareness also includes noticing physical signs of emotions, a fast heartbeat, tense muscles, or changes in breathing. These signs help you recognize emotions early before they become too strong. 5. Self-regulation. Staying in control. Once you understand your emotions, the next step is learning how to manage them. Self-regulation does not mean ignoring emotions or pretending they do not exist. Instead, it means responding in a healthy way. People with strong self-regulation can stay calm under pressure, think before speaking, avoid impulsive reactions, stay flexible and open-minded, control anger and frustration, stay motivated even when things go wrong. For example, imagine you receive criticism at work. Without self-regulation, you might react with anger or become defensive. With emotional intelligence, you take a moment to breathe, listen, and decide how to respond professionally. Self-regulation is a skill that requires practice. Techniques like deep breathing, pausing before responding, and reframing negative thoughts can help. 6. Motivation and emotional energy. Motivation and emotional intelligence is not just about achieving goals. It is about using emotion as fuel. People with high EQ feel genuine enthusiasm for learning, improving, and growing. They are driven by internal reward, not just money, praise, or pressure. They tend to stay optimistic even during challenges, set long-term goals, and work consistently toward them, recover quickly from failure, enjoy personal growth. For example, if someone with high motivation fails a test, they do not give up. Instead, they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Their emotional energy stays positive even when the situation is difficult. 7. Empathy. Understanding others. Empathy is one of the most powerful parts of emotional intelligence. It allows people to understand and connect with others' feelings. Empathy is not the same as sympathy. Sympathy means feeling sorry for someone. Empathy means truly understanding their experience. There are different types of empathy. Cognitive empathy, understanding someone's thoughts. Emotional empathy, feeling what another person feels. Compassionate empathy, wanting to take action to help. Empathy helps people create trust, reduce conflict, and build stronger relationships. It also helps leaders and teachers support others effectively. For example, if a friend is upset and you listen without judgment, ask thoughtful questions, and try to understand their perspective, you are showing empathy. 8. Social skills. The art of connection. Social skills are the visible result of emotional intelligence. They include communicating clearly, listening actively, giving and receiving feedback, resolving conflict peacefully, cooperating in a team, building and maintaining relationships. People with strong social skills are not necessarily outgoing or talkative. What makes them effective is their ability to connect with people on an emotional level. They know when to speak, when to listen, and how to create a comfortable environment. These skills are important in every part of life, from friendships to workplaces to family relationships. 9. EQ in the workplace. In modern workplaces, emotional intelligence is often more valuable than technical skills. Many employers say they prefer someone who communicates well, handles stress, and works in a team over someone who is technically brilliant but emotionally unpredictable. EQ helps in many work situations. Dealing with difficult coworkers, leading a team, negotiating with clients, solving conflicts, managing time and stress, giving presentations. Leaders with high EQ are especially effective. They inspire trust, motivate employees, and create a positive work environment. Emotional intelligence helps them understand what their team members need and how to support them. 10. EQ and mental health. People with high emotional intelligence usually have better mental health. They understand their feelings early, so emotions do not grow into bigger problems. They manage stress more effectively and ask for help when necessary. EQ also reduces anxiety, improves mood, and helps prevent burnout. When people understand their emotional limits and know how to express feelings in a healthy way, they feel more balanced. Emotional intelligence creates a strong foundation for emotional resilience, the ability to recover from setbacks and stay stable in difficult times. 11. Emotional intelligence in everyday life. Emotional intelligence is not only important at work or in school, it plays a major role in everyday life. We use EQ when we talk to friends, solve disagreements, make decisions, or deal with unexpected events. Often, we don't realize that the quality of our daily life strongly depends on how well we understand and manage emotions. For example, when someone cuts in front of you in traffic, your initial reaction might be anger. EQ helps you stay calm instead of starting a conflict. When a friend cancels plans, empathy helps you understand their situation rather than taking it personally. When you feel overwhelmed, self-awareness helps you recognize the need to rest or ask for support. In this way, emotional intelligence makes life smoother and communication clearer. 12. Common obstacles to emotional intelligence. Even though EQ can be developed, some habits and beliefs make it difficult. Understanding these obstacles helps us overcome them. Emotional avoidance. Some people avoid expressing emotions because they fear being judged or appearing weak. However, pushing emotions away often creates bigger problems later. Impulse reactions. Reacting too quickly, shouting, blaming, or becoming defensive prevents calm communication. Lack of listening. Many conflicts happen not because people disagree, but because they do not listen to each other. Stress and exhaustion. When someone is tired or stressed, emotional control becomes harder and mistakes happen more easily. Cultural patterns. Some cultures teach that emotions should be hidden. Others encourage strong expression. Both extremes can make EQ more challenging. Recognizing these obstacles is the first step to improving emotional intelligence. 13. The link between EQ and communication. Good communication is not only about speaking clearly, it is about understanding emotions behind words. Emotional intelligence helps people choose the right tone, timing, and method to express ideas. For example, if a coworker is stressed, giving them bad news may not be a good idea at that moment. If a friend is sad, a calm conversation may be more helpful than giving advice. If a child is angry, listening patiently works better than punishment. EQ allows people to adjust their communication to the emotional state of others. This reduces misunderstandings and helps create trust. 14. Emotional intelligence in conflict. Conflict is a natural part of life. People have different opinions, needs, and expectations. Poor emotional intelligence can make conflict destructive. High EQ can turn conflict into an opportunity for growth. Here is how emotionally intelligent people handle conflict. They stay calm and avoid personal attacks. They listen actively and let the other person finish speaking. They express their own feelings without aggression. I feel instead of you always. They look for solutions rather than focusing on blame. They try to understand the other person's perspective. This approach reduces tension and leads to healthier relationships. 15. Emotional intelligence and leadership. One of the strongest predictors of successful leadership is emotional intelligence. Great leaders are not just knowledgeable, they inspire, motivate, and support others. Leaders with high EQ can read the emotional climate of a team, understand what people need to stay motivated, handle crises calmly, build trust and loyalty, encourage collaboration, give constructive feedback. On the other hand, leaders with low EQ may create toxic environments where people feel afraid, stressed, or misunderstood. This shows how essential emotional intelligence is for anyone who wants to lead effectively. 16. EQ and personal relationships. Friendships, family relationships, and romantic partnerships all depend on emotional intelligence. People with high EQ know how to express affection and appreciation. Listen to their partner's needs. Avoid reacting with anger or jealousy. Talk openly about emotions. Respect boundaries. Manage disagreements without hurting each other. Low EQ often leads to unnecessary fights, misunderstandings, and emotional distance. That's why emotional intelligence is one of the most important elements of healthy relationships. 17. Emotional intelligence and decision-making. Many people believe that decisions should be purely logical, but this is impossible. Emotions always influence choices. The key is not to eliminate emotion, but to understand it. Emotionally intelligent people recognize how their feelings affect decisions. Avoid making choices when they are angry or stressed. Consider long-term consequences. Balance emotion with reason. Understand the emotional impact of decisions on others. For example, choosing a job, ending a relationship, or moving to a new city are emotional decisions. EQ helps people make these choices thoughtfully and responsibly. 18. Building emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is the ability to recover after setbacks. Everyone experiences disappointment, failure, and stress. What matters is how we respond. People with high EQ show resilience by accepting challenges as part of life, avoiding self-blame, focusing on solutions, staying optimistic, asking for help when needed, learning from mistakes. Resilience makes people stronger, more confident, and more stable. Emotional intelligence is the path that leads to this strength. 19. How to develop emotional intelligence. The good news is that EQ is not fixed. It can grow at any age. Here are some effective ways to develop emotional intelligence. 1. Practice self-awareness. Ask yourself, what am I feeling and why? Keep a journal about emotions. Notice physical signs of stress or anger. 2. Improve self-regulation. Pause before reacting. Try deep breathing and relaxation techniques. Challenge negative thoughts. 3. Strengthen empathy. Listen without interrupting. Ask questions to understand others' perspectives. Observe body language and tone. 4. Build social skills. Practice active listening. Express appreciation and gratitude. Learn to give and receive feedback respectfully. 5. Increase emotional vocabulary. Many people struggle to express emotions because they only know basic words like happy, sad, or angry. Expanding your emotional vocabulary helps you be more precise. 6. Reflect on interactions. After conversations or conflicts, think about how they could have gone better. Improving EQ takes time, but even small steps can make a big difference. 20. Emotional intelligence in a digital world. Modern communication happens not only face-to-face but also online through messages, social media, and video calls. This creates new challenges for emotional intelligence. Online communication lacks many emotional signals, tone, facial expressions, and body language. As a result, misunderstandings can happen quickly. People might read messages differently depending on their mood. High EQ helps in the digital world by choosing words carefully, avoiding emotional messages when angry, recognizing emotional cues even through text, using polite and respectful communication, setting healthy boundaries with screen time. Emotional intelligence is more important than ever in the digital age. 21. EQ and self-esteem. Emotional intelligence is closely connected to self-esteem, how we see ourselves. People with high EQ usually have healthier self-confidence. They understand their strengths and weaknesses, accept imperfections, and treat themselves with kindness. Low EQ can lead to negative self-talk and insecurity. For example, someone might take criticism personally or believe they are not good enough. Improving emotional intelligence helps people build a stable sense of self-worth. 22. The role of emotions in creativity. Emotions are powerful fuel for creativity. Artists, writers, musicians, and innovators often use emotions to inspire their work. Emotional intelligence helps people transform emotions into ideas, stay motivated during creative challenges, understand the emotional impact of their work, collaborate with others in creative projects. Creativity becomes deeper and more expressive when guided by EQ. 23. Emotional intelligence and physical health. Emotions do not only influence the mind, they also affect the body. Stress, anger, and anxiety can raise blood pressure, weaken the immune system, and cause sleep problems. Emotional intelligence helps reduce these risks by promoting calmer, healthier emotional responses. People with high EQ often sleep better, experience fewer stress-related symptoms, have stronger immune systems, adopt healthier habits. Taking care of emotions means taking care of the body as well. 24. Teaching emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is increasingly taught in schools, workplaces, and therapy sessions. Children who learn EQ skills grow into more confident, cooperative, and balanced adults. Schools may teach how to name emotions, how to manage frustration, how to communicate clearly, how to solve conflicts peacefully, how to understand others' feelings. Workplaces also offer EQ training to help employees improve teamwork, leadership, and communication. Teaching emotional intelligence is an investment in future success. 25. Conclusion. EQ, the secret skill for a better life. Emotional intelligence is more than a skill. It is a way of understanding yourself and the world. It helps people communicate clearly, build strong relationships, make better decisions, and stay calm in difficult moments. Unlike other forms of intelligence, EQ can be developed at any point in life. With practice and awareness, anyone can improve their emotional understanding. In a world that is becoming more connected, fast-paced, and emotionally complex, emotional intelligence is a powerful key to success. It shapes how we think, how we act, and how we relate to others. By mastering EQ, we do not just improve our performance, we improve our quality of life.